Good morning and welcome to the weekly analysis for the week of January 7th through the 12th. We have quite a few on the list for today, so let's get started. First we have AUD-CAD. We have AUD-CAD has a bearish order block. And so I'm just going to mark up the high, the current weekly high. And then as we can see, this is a level of support. So I'm going to mark up this zone here. Let's go to the daily. So we have a weekly bearish order block. So if I mark up the daily, price may either pull back to the wicks or pull back to, well, let's just fib it. Let's just fib it. I was going to put this right here, but let's just fib the high and then the low. So if price pulls back to the 78, then we're talking to our zone here. If price pulls back to if price pulls back to the 618 or the 50%, which is right here at the wick. So now let's go to the daily. Hold on. Let me do this so I can remove the order block. So this we have the 618, the 50% 618. Okay. And then I'm going to put the 78 here. All right, say. So now I can remove my, okay. So now let's go down to the daily. So price is tapped into this level of support. And I'm just going to okay, there we go. Price is tapped into this level of support. As you can see, it's tapped here once, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So now price wicked and is pushing back up. So I'm trying to see if there's an imbalance anywhere on the daily. Let's go to the 4-hour. So we do have some imbalance from here to here within the golden zone. However, if price decides to pull back to the 78, maybe even the 88, which is the zone here. My guess is price may pull back because this is now a level of resistance. So price may just pull back into this golden zone. So once price gets here, I would set an alert. Once price gets here, I would wait to see if price is still continuing to go bullish, or if it doesn't break this high and starts selling, starts giving you bearish momentum and breaks the structure to the downside, then this is where I would get in for the sell to the downside. If price comes in here and goes down, we're talking, that's about 70 pips. But from zone to zone, if price pulls back up in here, we're talking about 130 pips. If price comes to the 78, we're talking 100 100 plus pips. So we're always looking for 100 plus pips. And the reason I just stopped it here is because one, we have a bullish order block right here, right? So price can fill this bullish order block, the wick of this bullish order block, and either push back up because price has been bullish, okay, or break below this level of support to then continue to the downside. And once you continue to the downside, you will be targeting this low. You will be targeting these lows, okay? So you can either um you can either take partials at these zones or take your profit, wait for a pullback, and then get into the next zone. Okay, that's AUD-CAD. AUD-JPY, we have a bullish order block. Let me delete. Okay. So if I marked up the high and the low, this is my high, and I would just mark up this zone here, this order block here. Because from zone to zone, it is approximately 300 pips. Okay. So, so we have a bullish order block, price pulled back into the order block and gave a bullish order block. Okay. So let's go to the daily. So right now, there's a little imbalance down here. There is an order block here. Okay. So right now, price is bullish. So price is probably, there's liquidity here. There is liquidity here. So I would definitely be looking for price to grab this liquidity, tap into this order block. This order block may start the pullback of the bullish order, this bullish order block, which would I would say bring price. So if I normally with I normally fib the full order block, meaning both candles. But right now, because this wick is past here, I'm just going to mark up this weekly candle as Todd does. So we have the 50% 618 here, golden zone. And then we have the 78 here. Okay. And then I'm going to, and I'm going to mark up the 88 too, because we never know. Could go to the 88. Because I generally like, I know with US 30 price goes to the wicks, so and GJ. So that's how I trade with from the body to the wicks, to the bottom of the wick. Template, what am I looking for? 70, 88. 88. There we go. Okay. So now I can move my fit. Wait a minute, hold on. I wanna negative 27 and negative 618, which is where I would want price to go to because it's at the top of my zone. Okay. So price broke here. So this, like, for me is the low. But if I'm looking at internal, price broke here. So this is the low. And then price broke here. So now this is the low. So if we're looking at if we're looking at a change of character here, right? On the minor level, because the bigger level is here. The bigger move is here, right? And then you have the internal moves, which is have this push up, this push down, this push up, this push down, this push up, this push down, this push up, and then this push down. Okay, so we had a break or a change. We had a break of structure here. So price could be, because it's still within the bigger move, right? Price could continue going up. Just because it broke this level here doesn't necessarily mean it's going to sell all the way down, but we had a break of structure. So what are we looking for? A continuation. But I think we all know that JPYs are about to sell off. Um, so that change of character, we're looking for price to come up here, either create a tap into the 78 to create a lower high, or come up here, create a double top, and then sell off. So one of the two, or continue going, one of the three. So now that we have that, let's delete here. Let's go to the daily. So price could either tap here into this order block, pull back into this 50% 618 zone, or to the 78. I don't think it'll come that far. Probably the 50% 618 to, because we have, what do we have here? Imbalance. So we have imbalance here. So price is either going to tap here, or price may come back at market open, tap into this imbalance, maybe tap into the 50% 618 to the 50%, and then continue to the upside. So that's what I would be looking for come next week. Yeah, that's what I have for that. Okay. And of course, if price comes up here and does not break these highs and starts breaking structure to the downside, you will then take your entry, you will get into the trade and sell it down to wherever it gives you the entry, and sell it down to this, or if you want to take it to these lows, you can take it to these lows. But if I were in this trade, I would be selling it down to this zone, to this order block, and then wait to see what price gives you. Okay. AUD USD, we have a bearish weekly order block. Again, so I mark up my high and low. This is a level of support and resistance, as you can see. Okay. And then I'm just going to mark up this zone, this order block right here. And let's just say the pip count from zone to zone is 43 pips, 240 plus pips. Um, wait a minute. Okay. So we would like to see price pull back into the order block, whether it's to the wick of the order block, where it's to the top of the body of the order block, to the close and open of the order block without breaking this high, right? And then get another bearish order block to um, sell this to the downside, at least to this zone here. Okay, because price is bullish. Okay, has been for weeks. Um, it is at a level of resistance. So price may just pull back again to this zone and then continue buying to the top side. All right, so if I go down to the daily, as we can see, we violated a few order blocks. We got a rejection candle on Friday, which filled in part of this imbalance here. So we can expect price to start pushing back up and either come to fill in this imbalance and then sell back down. So price can come fill in this daily imbalance, create a higher low, and then sell down or pull back to the zone. Um, so this was the candle that created the initial break violation of order block. So this candle is probably where price is going to come back to create the higher low and then continue selling down. Okay. So with that being said, I personally would wait for the pullback, but if you're going to trade to buy up, um, it's like 50 something pips, 60 something, 64 pips. If you're going to buy the trade, buy the move up. Wait a minute, let me do this so I can remember where it was. This is the imbalance. So you can set an alert at the imbalance just to see what happens. And then I'll go down to the 4 hour. What I like about this is this is price action. So this was a the push down. This was a pivot level here. So if price comes back to that zone, this would be the break and this would be the retest of it. Now we do have some imbalance up in here. So again, once price got to this zone, I would be on alert, set your alert. You don't have to sit on the chart. Set your alert. And wait for price to show you that it wants to start to sell. Okay. See on the 1 hour. So pretty much there's liquidity here. This is liquidity here. Okay. So price may just come back in, like we say, come back in here, maybe tap into this order block and then start selling. But wait for price to do what it's gonna do. Okay. Wait for price to show you what it wants to do. Again, you also have price action here. So price could come back and fill this imbalance. Of course, we would like to see the closer the bigger the discount, the better the trade. Ooh, what just happened? Why am I? What the heck? Where? Hold on, y'all. Somebody done. No, they didn't. Why I don't see all my fib numbers right here is what I don't understand. Um, um, so that's weird. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Um, 50%. Where's the 50%? No, this is just weird. I just used this thing. 50%. Oh, no, this is strange. 50%, 618. I just used this stupid thing. Um, 32. No, that's not right. 30, 28. Okay, y'all know how to use the fib, okay? If y'all don't know how to use the fib, see me later. But that's so weird. Hold on. Holdy dough. Now that worked, but this one didn't work. Let me make sure I did the right thing. Because that's just weird. They playing with me. Playing with me, son. Hold on. Yeah, something wrong. Because my 32, there we go. Thank God I saved it as a template. Okay. Now let's try that again. Let's try that again. Okay, here we go. So, this imbalance is at the 50% 618 zone, or pretty much at the 618 zone. Um, then we have the 78 here, which fills in all of this imbalance here. All the institutional candles have been met except for this one. So this is the one I would like for price to go to. I would love for price to go to this zone here and then sell down. Okay. Um, and why I say that, because now if after tapping into this level, there's nothing else to mitigate from up here. So if price comes here, it may pull back and then push back up to this zone and then sell down. So I would definitely be on the lookout for that. But y'all know what to look for. Look for breaks of structure to then get in. If you see a minor break of structure, price may push down and then push back up to take out the um the sellers that came in this zone. All right, so next we have Bitcoin, which is a bullish order block, a weekly bullish order block. Okay. And I'm going to say it looks like price is approaching this high here. So I'm just going to mark up this zone here. And then I'm going to mark up this zone here. As we see, price is already wicked past that zone. Let's go to the daily. Go back to the weekly. Um, I was gonna say that's an inside bar. What we do with that, Todd? What we do with that? Okay, sorry. Um, so I'm going to mark up this weekly candle. So price could pull back to the 50%, 618, 78, even the 88. Price could come and tap back to this zone here and then start buying up. Because this is an order block, and I think the inside candle is the opposite of an order block, but the candle, this inside candle, maybe it's the candle before it. Okay, maybe it's the candle before it. It's still an inside bar. This candle is inside this candle here. So, with that being said, we know that price could push up. It grabbed this high, so price could be selling back down to this zone to then start pushing back to the top side. Okay. We're gonna get this inside bar, okay? um, so let's go to the daily. Based on the daily, we have a daily bearish order block. So we could be again pushing back down to this zone, possibly to then push back up to the top. Okay, now let's go to the 4-hour. Based on the 4-hour, we got this impulse move. We pulled back, and then we started getting bearish order blocks, right? However, we're still getting that did break those lows or swept those lows. High, high, high. So I would definitely, so we're getting higher lows and higher, I'm sorry, lower highs and higher lows. So price has got to show you what it wants to do. Do not jump in. Let price show you what it wants to do. It's either going to break out the top side to continue buying up, or it's going to start breaking these lows for the pullback to sell down to then push up. Okay. And I forgot to, let me go back to the weekly because I wanted to mark up the pip count. Wanted to mark up the pip count from zone to zone. Oh, I don't even know how many. I think that's 231 pips. Okay. That's what I think. Okay. CAD-JPY. We have a weekly bullish order block. So let's do what we do. Mark up your highs and then mark up. We're just going to mark up these lows here. And I'm going to do the pip count between the two. 390 pips. Okay. So we have a bullish order block. So price may pull back. Okay. So if we fib the weekly candle, I am fibbing this weekly candle. And I'm just doing it over here so the fib will be out the way. We fib this weekly candle. Price at the 50% is here. The 618 is here. And the 78 is here. And the 88 is here. So price could be pulling back to one of those levels. And y'all know how I do. Well, it's already here, so I don't really need to mark up that. But if you mark up the high, the actual order block, right? You mark up the wick. If you mark up the body, you mark up the body and the bottom of the body, top of the body, bottom of the body. Price is coming back to one of these zones. So if you don't understand the fib, just know that price, if you get an order block you mark up the top of the wick, the top of the order block, the top of the body of the order block, the bottom of the body. Price is coming back to one of these zones, okay? If you don't understand the fib, just hear me out. It's coming back to one of these zones, okay? Once it comes back, once you start seeing, and then you start seeing a break of structure, then you can take it from one of these zones and take it up to this zone, okay? So, with that being said, 23. Okay, so the top of the zone is the 23, 30, and 38. The 23.6 at 38. Then the 618 is at the top. And then the bottom is at the 88. So just know it's coming back to one of these zones, okay? It's already here. So what we gonna do? What we gonna do? It's already there. So we see that this closed above, it wicked up, so back down. So price is either starting to sell back down to, it's already at this zone. So unless we get a daily order block right here, but you'll see, we're gonna go down in time frame to see, because a pullback is breaks of structure that has already occurred on the smaller time frame, right? So this could be pulling back again to fill, we have imbalance here. So price could be coming back to fill this imbalance, tap into this zone, and continue up. Okay. Sorry, guys. Let me drink some water. Oh, shoot. My water is gone. To continue up, or there's some imbalance down here, but I don't think it's gonna, I don't know that it will come back that far, but it's possible. So on the 4-hour, we had the break of structure, grab this liquidity, because price is right here. Grab this liquidity, has already per tie broken structure with this wick. I would like to see it close. I think it has already closed. I can't really tell, but it's real tight. But I would like to see a price is probably, it may give you a 4-hour order block or something here to sell. Is this an inside candle? I don't know. I guess we'll see. It may give you a 4-hour order block from this zone here. If so, take the 4-hour order block from here to here, because now we're back to going zone to zone. I'm telling you, it happens every time. It happens every time. So that's 93 pips, right? So if price is only going to go back to this zone and then start buying back up, then you have at least 93 pips. There's a little imbalance in there. Now if price comes here and then gives you order blocks here and appears to want to go down some more, then how many pips from this to here? We're talking 89 pips. So price may tap into this imbalance, this order block, and then continue buying to the upside. So that's what you need to look out for. Okay. Because this is the swing low. So you want to, I don't think price will break below this low. If it does, then you're selling. Okay. Next we have your 30, which was a weekly bearish order block. Okay. So we just mark up the high and the low. Mark up the high. And I'm just going to mark up this one candle here. Okay. Because the low is actually down here. So we're looking for price to pull back and then sell down, right? So your 30 has been at an all-time high. However, we do have this break of structure here. Okay. We have this break of structure here. And we have a pullback that's retesting this area. So price can either start buying up and continue buying up or come up to this zone, come up to this zone. Do not break these highs. Okay. Do not break these highs. This is the high. Come up to this area here and then start breaking structure to the downside. If that is the case, then you want to start targeting. You have this low here. You want to start targeting these lows. Okay. So if it doesn't break this high, if price starts buying up and does not break these highs and gives you some kind of bearish momentum before reaching these highs here, then you will get in for the sell and target these lows. Okay. So if that is the case, we're going to fib up. And we would like for price to come back to the where 78. There's an order block, imbalance order block here. So it might come to the 88, tap into this order block, and then continue buying to the upside. That is definitely, because we're on a weekly, a swing move. But if you want to intraday trade, you can trade from zone to zone. So price pulls back from up here somewhere, wherever, and you can trade that down to that zone. And then once price gets to this zone, if you get some bearish momentum, you can trade from that zone to that zone. And then if it's going to go down some more, that's an if. So price could just come here and then start buying back up. Then you can trade from this zone to this zone. However you want to trade, of course, we're zone to zone. And you will see that these zones, there is some level of, that's the zone there, support, support and resistance. So you have a zone here, then you have a zone here. Here's another zone that we didn't talk about, but this is on the imbalance of this move here. So it may break here, pull back up to here, and then sell back down. But it is a key level. And now normally I would not mark these like this, but we do know these are the lows that you're going to target. But if you want to be, if you want to attract where your price is really going to go, what is now resistance will be support. Okay. So we already know if price breaks these lows, comes down here and breaks this low here, or break these lows here, then 9 times out of 10 price is coming down to this zone, which is woo 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 woo. Okay. So, um, here's a level here. So, however you wish to do it, you can just do this to here. This would be the zone I would like to mark up and not not just the lows. Okay, so you have a strong level of support resistance here. So if price breaks here, then we're talking from here to here is 780 some plus pips. Okay. All right, all right. So that's how I would tackle that. So next we have Euro JPY, a bullish order block. So as we can see, price has violated these order blocks and is now pushing back to the top side. So you have a bullish order block. This bullish order block, I would take up to this zone here, which is this bearish order block. That's 300 pips from where price is now to this zone. So if we marked up, the weekly order block, let me do it over here. Okay. We have 50%, 618 here, which is our golden zone. Okay. Y'all get it. Y'all get the gist. Okay. And then we have 78 here. And we have 88 here. Okay. So price is going to pull back probably to the golden zone. And then continue buying to the upside. Oh, I know what I forgot to do for y'all. Which one was it? Which one was it? I forgot just that quick. Was it Bitcoin? Okay, I forgot just that quick. Never mind. I was going to show you that once price started pulling back, it's showing. I wanted to show you the break of structure on. I forgot which one it was. Oh well. So we have the golden zone here. So if we go to the daily, price has wicked past these highs. So price could be pulling back to, because we have an imbalance, price could be pulling back to clear the imbalance and then continue buying up. Okay. And then if price comes back to this imbalance, like I said, it's actually about 400 pips back to this break of structure here, this break of this zone here, to retest, or violation of this order block, let me just say, to retest and then possibly sell back down, possibly. So if it doesn't break these highs, if it comes back in the zone and does not break these highs, there's an imbalance here. institutional candle that's already been tapped in, but you can still use that as a marker to where price could go and start giving you breaks of structure to the downside. So then you would take your, we're just going to go from the institutional candle back down to here is approximately 1200, over 1200 pips. And if we fib from here to here, um, then your 78 is here where I said the violation of the order block occurred. 88 is here, which would fill or almost tap into the 88, which would mitigate the imbalance here, tap into the order block or the institutional candle, and then continue selling down. Okay. So that's what I would be looking for price to do. All right. We have Euro NZD. We have a bullish weekly order block. Now, so price has broken this low. Okay. Also that low didn't break that low. Okay. So we have a bullish order block. So I'm just going to mark up the low here. Y'all got an inside bar. Y'all got an inside bar. Oh, sorry. I got excited. So you have this candle, which is the inside bar of this candle, right? So price push down and then became a bullish order block. So I marked up the low of that zone. And I am just going to mark up, let me see how many pips that is before I mark it up. It's 100 pips. Okay. So I was going to say I would just mark up because we don't know if price is going to pass it. We have this imbalance, right? We had the break of structure. We have this imbalance right here, right? Price may tap into the break of this based on price action, may come back to this zone here. So if that is the case, then we're talking, let's mark up the pippage from zone to zone is about 400 plus pips, right? And then if price wants to tap into the order, fill this imbalance or tap into this order block, okay, which has not been tapped. Well, we had this break. This did tap into it, but if price wants to tap into or complete the imbalance and then continue selling to the downside, that is possible. So I marked based on price action, the break of this zone here, which is likely to come back and get retested. So let's go to the daily. You see, we got a pullback already. So I am almost, if you just want to mark from here and below here, that's 90 pips, but let's see if we can get something a little better. See if we can get something a little better. My guess is price is going to come back to the zone, to this support area. Okay. It might even come to the body of the zone of this order block, right? And then I'm just gonna put this, so now we're down to 64 pips instead of 90. Okay. And if you want to just take it to this low here, now we're at 51 pips, okay? It's up to you, whatever your risk tolerance is. And then if you want to narrow that in, then guess what? It's the institutional candle here. This is the zone right here, right? So price is going to come back, could feel this imbalance, or it could come and start feeling this imbalance. Again, the institutional candle is here. So I would definitely, let's go to the 30. So we have this order block has already been tapped into, so I wouldn't do that one. Then you have this imbalance right. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Then you have this imbalance here, right? You have this imbalance here. This order block has already been tapped into, so I wouldn't I would be more concerned about this imbalance being filled. So if I was doing that, you can do this low or you can bring it to this low. Since this order block has already been tapped into, price may not come back down there to fill that imbalance. So now we're talking 25 pips. This is more my speed. 20 pips on a pair is more my speed. Okay. So, but I don't want anyone to get stopped out. I want y'all to be confident in your trade so that you know you're not going to get stopped out. Put your stop loss below this zone. And if I went down to the 15-minute, okay, here we go. Here we go. That's the institutional candle. That's the last down move before the up move. So you want to put your, what are we talking here? 30, 34 pips down here. 30. There's a little tiny imbalance in there, but it's up to you. If you want to put 30 pips or you want to put 45 pips, okay? It all depends. Your stop loss should depend on your lot size. Your lot size should depend on your stop loss. Let me say that right. Your lot size should depend on your stop loss. Okay. So if your stop loss is 32 pips, then your stop loss may be a little higher than what you want it to be, right? Then, or your, or put it below. I mean, it's not a big difference, but we went from 90 pips stop loss down to 40 or 30 pips. So if you were going to use the 90 pip stop loss, then your lot size should have been a little smaller, maybe $1 or $2 or $3 or $4 or $5. Okay. But now that you're down at between 30 and 45, you can use maybe a standard lot. It all and then that also depends on your account size. So if you're using a prop account, then you might want to use a standard or two. Okay. So with that being said, we're going to take this up to this zone. That's 443 pips. Okay. 443 pips. So, which is a 9% return reward. The risk is 46 pips. The reward is 9%. Okay. So that's Euro NZD. Euro USD. And I did that just for beginners to, if you know how to, um, um, map out your trade from the higher time frame to the lower time frame. Okay. So last week we talked about price breaking, a change of character here. We had, we broke past these highs, and then we got a change of character. So we fibbed the move from here to here. Price wicked into the 78 and gave us a bearish order block. Okay. So we are definitely looking for sales. So let me pull this over here, because that is a key level. Okay. So I'm going to mark up the high of this order block. I am going to assess the number of pips we could possibly get. 335 pips. So we're looking for price to pull back into our zone and then sell off. So let's go to the daily. Price has violated this order block. Price has wicked past this zone here. I would definitely like to see a candle close below here. But as you can see, once it violated the order block, this pulled back into this imbalance. I would love to see price pull back up to this institutional candle, possibly close this imbalance here, maybe even this imbalance here, and then start selling to the downside. So this daily last candle right here was a true indecision candle. But based on the weekly, oh, we're looking for sales. So this daily candle was an indecision candle. So we're going to look and see what it does, if it's going to pull back to our order block to then start selling down. That's what I would be looking for Euro USD. Of course, this is not one I would trade until this alert goes off here. I would wait for the alert to go off there. Okay. GJ. We had a weekly bullish order block. Y'all know how I feel about GJ. That's my baby. And US 30, it's my baby. Okay, so I marked up this. This was a key level here, right? Price tapped and tapped and tapped and tapped and tapped and tapped and tapped. And then gave us a bullish order block, a momentum candle, a momentum bullish order block, breaking this high. Per Todd, it broke this high. So we're looking for a pullback. Again, like I say, if you don't understand the fib, mark up the top of the wick, mark up the body, and then of course I won't mark this up because we already got this marked up with the zone. Okay. So, and I'm going to just do the fib for the sake of understanding. The top of this zone is at the 38.2. The top of this zone is the 618. And then this zone is our 7888. Is it 88, right? So we are looking for I would like to see price wick this high. It did wick that high, but it didn't wick this high. Okay. I would like to see price wick. I would like to see price based on price action. Come up here. Okay. Maybe even fill in some of here. It could even, based on price action, come here. Okay. And then sell back down to one of our zones, to one of our 3 zones, 1, 2, or 3, and then start pushing back up. Or price may not break this high, or may not come back to, or it may come back there. It may wick and then start falling. So, and because we are, let's see something. So this broke structure. This is how I want y'all to start analyzing your charts. This broke structure, right? So that meant that this was our swing low. So who can tell me what that means? Our low was not broken, okay? We just tapped into a key level. This was the break of structure. Our low was not broken. None of this came down and wick past or closed but that below. So I'm looking for buys to continue up. That is the thought process on market structure. You got a break of structure, price pulled back, didn't break your low, and it's starting to buy up. I'm looking for price to continue buying up. I ain't really looking for no sell, to be honest with you. So if that's the case, if price comes up here and doesn't break this high and then starts selling down, then I'm still not looking for, I'm looking for I'll be looking for sells. But once price starts breaking these lows, then I'll be looking for the sale of all, the drop of all drops. Okay. So even with this one, price broke structure, right? Broke structure, pulled back, did not break the low, because this is the low, and not this, not this is the low, okay? And then then it broke structure to the top side. So what are we looking for? We looking for buys, and it continued, or a continuation of a buy. And that's what it did. It continued up. Okay. So now we have a break of structure. So you mark your low. Price pulled back, did not break this low, and has a broken structure to the top side. So we're looking for a continuation. We're looking for a continuation. And my continuation would be, so right now, okay. Let me move this right quick because I need for y'all to see this. Let me clear the screen. Okay. So this low was not broken. We had a break of structure here. And a break of structure here. I just want y'all to see this. Okay. So price came down, did not break any structure. So now price came down here, did not break the low. So now, if you want to fib this low to this high, right? This low to this high, pulled back to the 78.88. So now we're looking for price to go up here to the negative 27, maybe even the negative 618. Okay. Now, I would definitely be, my thought process, because it did not break the low, is that price is going to continue up to these highs. I would be targeting these highs. Okay. That would be my target. So, and that's on the, from this move up. So now, once price came back to 78, we're going to fib this move. Right now, this is where price is. Until price starts to pull back, you have to keep moving your fib. You have to keep moving your fib until you get a pullback. So right now, this is where price is. There's a little pullback on this here, but it's not enough to really calculate where price could be going, right? We need a pullback, meaning breaks of structure pullback. Okay. Once we get a pullback is either going to have pullback to this 38.2, which is the retest of this break here. Price might even pull back to to this zone here, 618, which is the break of, or the retest of this zone here. Price may even pull back to the 78, which is, there is imbalance of this zone here. Wherever it pulls back to, okay, doesn't matter where it pulls back to, the 50% or the 38.2. If it pulls back to the 38.2 and starts breaking structure, then you're going to take this to your negative 618. Okay. Period. All right. So wherever this pulls back to, then you're going to take this up to your negative 27, negative 618. All right. So, and again, because it never broke the low, the major low, swing low, I'm looking for price to go even further. Like come up to these highs. And let me just mark my zone, because I would just mark this would be my zone that I would take price to. Okay. Target the highs. Target the highs. All right. So now we're moving on to GBP NZD, which is a weekly bullish order block. All right. So while we're talking about it, we had a break of structure here. So, and let's take these out. And price tapped into the order block and gave us a bullish order block. So we could fib this last move here. Okay. So price could be pushing up to 50%, 618. Could be pulling up to the 78 to continue to the downside, or to continue buying up. Let me see. I don't like fibbing in the middle. Like I like fibbing from here to here. Pulled back to the 50%. I would still move my fib here. I'm not a 50% 618 girl. I am a 78. I'm a 78.6 chick. Okay. Oh, that's a t-shirt. This 78.6 is an order block. So if price is going to continue selling down, I would say that price is going to pull back to the 78.6 to then start selling down to these lows. To this low and then this low. Okay. That's my thought process for GBP and ZD. So with that being said, you possibly are looking for a pullback to the wick or the body, okay, to then continue selling up. So mark up your wick, mark up your body, go to your daily. Hold on. Let me redo that. Let's do that the way we supposed to do it. Mark up your low here. And then mark up your high here. This is because this is the last swing. So this is your high right here, right? Okay. And this is your break. Now, without all that other stuff. So we're looking for price to pull back. Looking for price to pull back. You have your high. When the body and when the zones are so close to each other, and then you have that zone. My guess is it's probably going to come back to here. And why I say that, because there's really nothing. So we have imbalance here. So this could just come back here and push back up, but there's nothing else to mitigate based on the daily. Let's see, like what the 4 hours given. Nothing else to maybe a little zone there, but there's really nothing else to mitigate. There's an order block here on the 4 hour, so that can tap here which is within this order block, and then continue buying up based on the 2 hour. You have imbalance here at this zone. This order block is already tapped, so then on the 1 hour. So this is the low. This was the break. This is the low. So price could pull back here and then continue buying up to for about 600 pips. Okay. NAS. It's a bearish order block. So we have a break structure here. Oops. Okay, we have a break here. And then we have a bearish order block. Now, the bearish order block could just be filling it, tapping into and filling in this imbalance. Just because we have a bearish order block. Remember, all order blocks are not created equal, but just because we have a bearish order block, this could just be the pullback, right? This could just be the pullback, but it broke this high and then came back in and gave us a bearish order block. So what we would be looking for, hold on. Let me mark up. Because I want to show that this is routine. For me, this is routine. This is what I do when I get to my chart. Mark up my high and my low. Right now, this is the low. And we're talking 500 and plus 500 plus pips. Okay. So mark up my high, mark up my low, and then I go down to my daily, right? So price is currently here. So price would need to show me what it wants to do. It's on the daily. We did get a break of this structure here. We violated this order block here. So I'm expecting price to at least pull back up to this zone. Okay. Institutional candle there. So I'm looking for price to pull back up to this zone, whether it's going to retest this break here, fill in this imbalance, or pull back to this zone, tap into this institutional candle. If do not break this high, do not break this high. So we're looking for the pullback, okay? So on the 4-hour, we have a little bullish momentum. I would love for it to break this high. I would love for it to break here first, violate this order block here. There's another order block here. So if it violates this one, it's going to violate this one. But I would like for price to violate this order block first, then pull back, or price is going to keep selling because we're bearish, right? We're bearish. And until it breaks a swing high, it did violate this 4-hour order block. Well, y'all know what I'm saying. I would love for it to break that high though. Let's go down to the 1-hour. That is a little minor level there. And it has pulled back into clear, pull back, filled in, imbalance. Okay, so I would love to see a 1-hour order block to go bullish. I would love to go, and when I say go bullish, I mean for a buy to sell. Now, if I get, we already got a bearish order block right here in the zone, in our zone, but it hasn't broken this low. This low has not been broken. We got a bearish order block here. So, and price has tapped into the bearish. If we get another bearish order block, then my guess is that you might be selling. But on the higher time frame, we are looking and expecting this pullback to then sell down. Okay. So although it is a bearish order block, based on the 1-hour, we got a little bullish momentum, just a little something, right? Nothing is breaking these lows. So I'm going down to the 1-hour. There was a break of this. So we had this high, this low. Then we push down and then no. Y'all know how I feel about these inner. So I don't consider this a swing because price broke here. So this little swing doesn't count for me. Everything that is that's here and above is the swing. So price came up here, starting to get, we're selling. It's selling, y'all. It didn't break this high here. So if you want to consider this a break of structure, that's part of your trading plan. Part of my trading plan, it is not a break of structure. Okay. So price would either have to break here and then pull back for the buy up. As of right now, it's bearish. Wait a minute, hold on. Let's go to the daily and look for inside candle. Don't see one yet. Okay. Don't see one yet. When I see an inside candle, then I'll go in. Let's go to the 4 hours, see if we see an inside candle. Don't see one yet. Oh, wait a minute. This is the inside candle. This would be an inside candle, a 4-hour inside candle. Inside of this. Mm-hmm. So maybe this is it. Maybe that is it. Maybe Todd is onto something. Don't let him tell me that he's onto something. I don't want to hear. Um, so 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 that may have been the 4-hour inside candle. This may have been the push down. Like I said, it filled in this imbalance. It did not close below this zone. So we may be in for a buy to sell. This may be the buy. I would love to see a 1-hour order block. If I see a 1-hour order block at this zone, then I'm going in for the buy. Back up to this zone. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's for NAS. NZD CAD. Weekly. Ooh. Ew. We have a bullet bearish weekly order block. Did not break this high. It's consolidating. There's no real, probably wouldn't even trade this, but so I would mark up the weekly high and the low. So if price pulls back up into this zone and doesn't break this high and starts breaking structure to the downside, then you can sell it to here. Okay. You can sell it to there. And then if you want to trail it to see if it breaks these lows and then breaks through the zone, then you can trade the pullback, wait for order block, and then sell it to these lows. This low here, and then this low here. These lows here. Okay. So that's what I would do for NZD CAD. NZD JPY. This is, why was this all marked up? Okay. I'm just going to erase it. To do the way I do it. So you mark up your high. You mark up your low. And you see it's currently in the middle. If you want to trade the buy up, you can, but I would definitely wait for price to get here. It's 89 pips. I would wait for price to get here. If it does not break this high and starts breaking structure to the downside, then go in for the sell. Then go in for the sell, okay? For 286 pips. All right. Again, if it pushes up and doesn't break the high and starts breaking structure to the downside, then find your entry on either the 4 hour, 1 hour if you want to get in on the 15-minute, and then sell down to this zone. Then you can sell that down to that zone. NZD USD, we have a weekly bearish order block. Okay. Price has not broken this high, gave us a bearish order block. So now it gave us a bearish order block, but as you can see, price pushed up, pull back, pushed up, pull back. So it has not broken this low to consider it a sell, to really consider it a sell. It came back, it's retesting this zone here. Okay. It's retesting this zone here. So you need to wait for price to show you what it wants to do. Okay. We have bearish order block. So price would either, oh, let me go back to the weekly and mark up this high. Okay. And then mark up. Y'all can see this is a level of support, level of support. But we're going to mark up this low here, this zone here. Okay. So now at this zone, because we're in the zone, we are in the zone. Okay. So you want to see, so this is your low. This is your break of structure. Okay. So you want to see if price is going to honor the 618. This one, maybe come down to the 78, or maybe give you something in this zone to continue buying up. Like I said, 618 is great. No, 50% 618 is great. 78 is even better. But this is where we are. We are where we are, right? It's broke this level here and it's now retested. It has retested this level. That's where we are. So you're either going to look for bearish momentum to sell down, or you're going to look for bullish momentum to continue to the upside, to continue to the negative 27. Okay. We got a break here. Now, of course, on the bigger scale, if price breaks here, which means it has to go up to this negative 27, then we're talking big money moves. Okay. So if price comes here, breaks this high, then you'll be looking for a deeper pullback from here to wherever it starts pulling back from. And I'm just putting it at the negative 27. So then you'll be looking for a pullback to our 78 to then buy it up to the negative 27. Maybe even the 618, which is the institutional candle, last up candle before this down move. Okay. The negative 27 breaking, based on price action, it would break past the negative 27, come here, pull back, and maybe push back up. So on a minor level, this is the zone. On an intraday trade, this is our zone. Okay. Ooh, hold on. We got a 4 hour Now, this is my high and this is my low. We did get a break on here. So I would at least trade this pullback. Like if we get a pullback, maybe tap into the order block, maybe not. Because if it doesn't tap into the order block, that means it might come up here and tap into it when it sells back down. Okay. Maybe tap into here. I would at least buy it up to these highs. Or even right here. Okay. If not, up here. But we got a 4-hour order block. We have a 4-hour order block. Let me see something. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So price may meander, 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 and then start buying back up. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And there you have it. SPX. So weekly bearish order block. Price did not break this high. Gave us a bearish order block. I'm going to mark up the high. And I'm going to mark up the low. Now, again, this could be a pullback to fill this imbalance. We might even sell it down to back down to retest this area here. Right? But I'm going to mark up the current low, which is right here. All right. And we're talking all right. We're talking 800 pips. For SPX, that is 800 and not 80. Um, um, so on the daily, same thing with NAS, the exact same thing. 4-hour or the exact same thing, okay? Of course, I want to see it break this high. Pull back into my zone and then continue buying up. Or we have this break here, possible pullback to the possible pullback to if it pulled back to the 78 would be perfect to this order block and then maybe sell, but that would be perfect. Perfect. It did break this low. So we should be looking for sales. Head and shoulders. Okay. So this would be a nice buy up, and then this would be a buy to sell. Next, we have USD CAD, which is a weekly bullish order block. Let's do what we do. It didn't break this low for now. Didn't break this high. Started breaking structure to the downside. Didn't break this low. So I'm going to mark up my low. And I'm going to mark up my, let's just mark up this high right here. Okay. So on the daily, we got a bullish order block. On the daily, we had an imbalance. Price pulled back into the imbalance and gave us a bullish order block. Okay. Now we got an inside. Well, hold on. I'm talking to. Oh, we got it. No, we didn't. Nah, that's not inside bar. Okay. So now we got a bullish order block. So price is either going to push up to push back down. Okay. And then possibly push back up, or we're going to push up from this order block, push through this, break these highs right here, pull back to the zone, and then continue buying up. Okay. Because it didn't break this low. So price may be continuing to the top side, to these highs. UJ. We have a weekly order block. As you can see, we have our swings didn't break this low, gave us a bullish order block. So you can mark up, and I'm just going to mark. I just always want to identify where my swing is. So price may pull back and then push up. Okay. And that's what I would be looking for. Pull back for the push up. And golds. And golds. So golds. We have this. I'm just, well, you can mark up here. This zone here. Okay. So as you can see, there's no, hold on, let me redo that. Because there's a bigger picture here. Push up. These broke this high, so we're up here. Just pull back. Pretty much retested this area here. So, and then price pushed up here and then gave us a bearish shorter block. So, with that being said, mark up that high. I'm gonna mark up this zone right here instead of or if you want, you can just mark up this here to see what price is going to give you. See what's going to happen, right? So based on the daily, price is pulled back to a level, key level. So price may push up from this level. We don't know. Or it may come down to this order block, which is it may come down to this order block and then possibly push back to the top side. But as long as it doesn't break this low here, we're buying. So it pushed up, pulled back, started pushing up, got a little pullback, probably pushing up. All right. So that concludes this weekly analysis. Happy trading and see you all next week.